we wrote each other's intros, and we haven't looked at them until this moment.
Right. So
All
we're
right.
going to read them for the first time. Hi, I'm Bill Barretta. Most of you know me from several years ago when I came on the scene in season 3, episode 5 of My 600-Pound Life. And I'd like to thank each and every one of you who supported me throughout my journey. My real passion is my new garnish line for mashed potatoes. Soon to be available, Billy's Bag of Chives, Billy's Big Stick of Butter, and my personal favorite, salt. Finally, I love puppets, but not the stupid kind that don't move their mouth.
Hi, I'm Gene Barretta. You may recognize me from my brief but pivotal childhood roles on the hit detective series Mannix as Kid Number 2 and from Kojak as Teen Guy with Hair. Yes, police crime dramas were clearly my forte, but as so many of us who get caught up in that typecasting wheel of destruction, I found myself with deep disdain for the arts, and so at the age of 12, I finally hit my bottom, turning to my drug of choice, drawing. And that's what makes me the most famous artist that ever lived. Even more than those other ones that people think are more famous than me, but they're not. In closing, I would like to say to you this question.
Yeah.
Why am I really so amazing and famous? Well, all I have to say is thank God for my brother who is, and I'm not kidding when I say this because I don't lie, an angel from heaven. He should be made a saint. Look at him. Look at that aura. He glows. So with that, I'd like to open it up to any additional questions you might have about my salacious times at Studio 54 and my brief, loving, but tumultuous relationship with Telly Savalas. So now that you know who we are,
Now you have a sense of who we are and where we come from.
I'm going to draw a character, and Billy's going to make a voice for him.
Let's see what Gene's doing here. He's got a cleft chin.
Oh, yeah, there he is. 14 divided by 4. If you take the circumference of a Nissan Sentra. Oh no, now he's got teeth, so he's got to be a little bit more like this. There he is. It's Al Spindle.
What was it like singing with Tony Bennett?
Woohoo!
Well, I'll tell you, it was a dream. Because as a kid, my father used to listen to Frank Sinatra and Tony Bennett in the car all the time. And so I grew up on that stuff, and I just loved Tony Bennett. Of course, he's amazing. And so when he was on Muppets Tonight, it was a dream come true for me. He was wonderful. He was like, hey, that's pretty good. You sing pretty good.
And he even sketched some of your characters, didn't he?
So he was in his trailer, and he had a little TV in his trailer so he could watch what was going on the stage. And he really just got a kick out of Johnny and Sal, and he loved Clifford. And so on his downtime while he was waiting to shoot, he drew sketches of Johnny and Sal and Clifford. He asked us all to sign it for him. And we said, what? What? Oh, okay. Really? He's like, yeah, would you mind signing this for me? I appreciate it. And so we all signed it. And then years later, I went to see him in concert, and I went backstage afterwards, and because we remained friends, which is amazing to me, just to be able to say that I got to know Tony. And he invited us backstage, and he had his sketchbook, and he said, you remember this? And it was still in there. And
wow.
he gave it to me. And I didn't ask him to sign it. I thought, I didn't even think of it, you know? And so last year I realized it wasn't signed, and I asked his son if he could get it to him to sign it. And he did. Damn.
He's like a maitre d'.
Yeah, hi. Welcome to Spalabi's. Welcome to Spalagio's. How many in the party? 3. All right, we'll just be a moment. It's great to see you again, Mr. Fallman. This is a bobblehead that my brother got for me.
Bruce asked if we were ever arrested. We weren't
Gene
arrested.
was.
I wasn't arrested. I was picked up and fined. I hope no of my kid readers are watching. Streaking was popular at the time. and at 3 o'clock in the morning, I mooned an unmarked cop car. and skidded out, and we dashed, and I thought I made it. I thought I got away. And then this was the funny thing. The cop was so dramatic. I was around the back of a building, and there was a railing that was maybe about 5 feet long that came off of a first floor door. He could have easily run around it to say, "Hey, come here." He did like he put his
Starsky and
arm
Hutch
on the rail and jumped over it. He did this whole big dramatic, like, Western barroom thing.
I'm sure it was a big night for him.
Yeah. So I was fined $50. Now here's something bad you did.
Oh. That came up naturally.
Billy had apparently taken my car many times without me knowing and chalking up a whole list of tickets that were unpaid.
So
I had to appear in court for them. And I remember going up thinking, oh, this is going to be, a cordial thing. I'll just explain that it wasn't me and that, maybe my brother would take care of it or whatever. I stood up there. I didn't get a sentence out. I just said, yeah, well, it wasn't actually me. I don't care who it was. You're going to pay up. And I got all flushed and kind of teary. And I remember leaving. We didn't have.
You were so mad at me.
I did. I called you. You were still asleep. It was that early in California.
Whoa. That reminds me of when you cut that guy.
When you dragged the body into the lake?
Yeah. Let's tell that one. Remember when you doused that person with gasoline?
Yeah, no, well, it was turpentine. It wasn't gasoline.
And then you called me and you were like, I shouldn't have done it. And I was like, I know.
Yeah, but you can't look back.
No. Let bonfires be bonfires.
That's true.
Right? You know what I'm saying? Some saying. I have one. I have a story.
What?
It's actually an England story as well. It was a royal variety show. And we were doing a song with Right Said Fred when they were really popular. I'm too sexy for my... During rehearsal time, Dave Goles and Steve Whitmire and I and Frank were sitting out in the audience, an empty theater, the row, where we were. And we were just sitting, waiting to do our thing. And we hear, okay, can we get a sound check, please? Here we go. And the curtains are completely closed. And we hear, we're all looking at each other like, what the heck? And all of a sudden the curtains open and it's the Bee Gees. And they do basically our own little personal concert. It was amazing. It was unbelievable.
Wow.
But that was their sound check. Here's something old. This guy. I can show this guy.
Oh, yeah.
This is the original design for Earl from Dinosaurs. Designed by Kirk Thatcher. You can see he was a bit more harsh. We ended up going more the Jackie Gleason kind of route and lightening him up a bit. But yeah, this is from back then. This was the design of him and the thing that I've had this guy is 30 years old, I just realized. This
I
is
don't
so
know. We're
weird.
just like talking out loud, like the name of the show. Just to
And
like,
where did that come from?
oh, the name "Talking Out Loud" was our grandfather was filled with great phrases. He meant thinking out loud, but he would say, "I'm just talking out loud here."
Yeah, as if you have a choice. I was just talking out loud here, but